Told you the Magna was quick. When we caught up with Kane on a sunny Sunday afternoon, he mentioned some performance upgrades and potential track work. Kane has installed a built auto and there's a new motec dash that's been programmed to look factory. A very nice feature of this car. This epic stainless exhaust was fabricated by Luke at Profab Mechanical Services. And we're spewing it's wrapped and hidden because it's an absolute work of art. With the new exhaust installed, Precision Motorsport has retuned the 4G63 to 400 kilowatt. On these skinny tyres, there's way too much wheel spin, but Kane still managed an 11 flat, not bad for a first outing. There's more to come, including a custom set of widened rims to add more rubber, so stay tuned for part 3.
And we just got sent this pic from Kane. Now there's a NOS bottle in the boot to get those launches sorted.
Kane's VR4 was a fan favourite, probably because of that original styling combined with the ridiculous performance. Here's a quick recap of part 1.
Welcome to Grassroots Garage. Today I've got Kane. Kane, thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
Tell us about your car.
So it's a 1991 Australian delivered Mitsubishi Galant VR4.
And I reckon there's a bunch of guys, and please comment if it happened to you, who were in a car that was a pretty quick little car, who just absolutely got pumped by one of these things back in the day because you just had no idea. They were the ultimate sleeper.
Yeah.
Just a family sedan.
And I still get people, oh, that's Magna? That's why, it's a bit of an ingoing joke amongst, friends. Oh, nice Magna.
Nice Magna?
Yeah. But yeah, it's just unassuming. It's just boxy and, a little bit ugly.
Yeah. No.
Precision built 2.2. So stroked, Garrett 3576.83 rear housing, Bosch 82mm drive-by wire, run through the motec M130 GPR computer. Precision, they're just big on making it a drivable street car.
Yep. And
then when you want it, you can open it up and it's all there.
Sick.
But yeah, so gearbox has been done. So I've got a welded center diff because they just die.
Mm-hmm.
Evo 3 gear set in the gearbox. It's got a Evo 3 mechanical LSD, 4-bolt, stronger rear diff. So yeah, it's everything's will I break it? Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
But
you've sort of sorted everything to the point where it's super reliable. Yeah. So it's just a street car.
Yep.
It's just like your weekend.
Yep.
I've had a busy week. I'm going over a punt sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. I love that.
So I went for a cruise. It was that Turned Out app, that new app that's out.
Yeah.
So I went down there and met those guys down there, and I've sort of turned up, and there some guys looking at it. Yeah. And then we turned off, and I give it a bit, and even though it's all-wheel drive, traction is still an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a little bit wiggly up the road, and then we put up a set of lights, and the guys behind me are going, what the hell is that? And you can see him reading the badge, like Galant. I had no idea.
Never heard of it. Yeah, that's right. It's not a Magna.
No. We love the Magna.
I love that. So these are the factory brakes, and they've just got
slotted rotors, DBA rotors, front and back, braided lines.
Nice.
Every single rubber bush has been replaced in it. The only bit of rubber I haven't replaced are the windscreen wipers, because it doesn't go in the rain, so it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't need them.
But yeah, I've done every single rubber bush.
Nice.
So it's really tight.
I mean, you go like, show me another car from 1989 where the door jams are all clean, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're wiping them out, aren't you?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I do it every now and then in my car, and they're absolutely disgusting, mate. So that's really like showing the detail of the cleanliness of the car. Yeah.
I mean, I've taken off some of the weight, so chromoly tubular sort of front cross member, and the rear diff moustache bars, a tubular one. The four-wheel steer weighed about, must have been 60 kilos, so that's gone.
Yep.
So there's a bit off it, but it's still, it's dynamated as well, and so I'm not trying to, save weight, but yeah, they were heavy, and that's why when they went to the Lancer, it was so much lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does. I like those cars that meant something, like the GT4, like Sierra Cosworth or R32 Skyline.
Yeah.
Those memories you have of a kid. I remember watching Bathurst and seeing those cars just dominating Sierras and Skylines. It's just that I like those sort of things.
Yeah, and like even the Mini, you see like when they're battling the GT Falcons, going around Panorama. There's little Minis coming at it, like.
Yeah, so this is I'm not a Mitsubishi person. I respect all sort of cars and what people do with them, and it's all a extension of someone's personality, what their car is,
Sure.
So, and but I do like the cars that are built for a reason. Yeah. I just like that sort of thing. That's interesting that big car company these were like 55 grand brand new. Yeah. So who was going to buy that in 1991?
Yeah, what could you get for 55 grand in 91?
Yeah.
Like that's the best Commodore they sell, Yeah.
But there was sort of no interest. So why would Mitsubishi do that? Because they wanted this ego of building this, rally car to try and win, a car race. The four-wheel steer, I've totally deleted the four-wheel steer.
Yeah.
Because the steering rack leaked, and there's guys that rebuild them, but it's just it doesn't do anything.
So when I don't know if I'll be able to see it. So you've just put like a rod in where that would have been.
So I've just removed it, and so DSMs in America would come with what's called a passive rear wheel steer.
Okay.
So this is basically doesn't have the rack in it. So under.
Yeah. So what am I looking at?
You probably won't be able to see it. Yeah. Right. So now under hard steering, the bushes will flex and the wheels will turn. So you can block it out, but you don't notice it.
So, but how did it like mechanically? How did it work when it was factory? How does the four-wheel steer work?
It had like a mechanical pump that goes on top of the diff. When you got over a certain speed, that would then pump and then would turn the wheels. And it's just a bush. It just sort of flexes the bushes.
Wow.
So it's not.
So you're not talking massive steer, but you're just a little bit.
It's a tiny little bit of steer.
Yeah, because the Preludes.
Preludes
had it, I think. Yeah, it's a bit of a dark art, the old four-wheel steers.
Well, now it's all coming back. So there's cars, the Porsches I think have got them now, and there's cars that are developing four-wheel steer. So.
Yeah, I mean, what about like the change in mechanics? You're no longer turning through a corner; you're sort of crabbing through the corner, which I guess gives you so much more traction, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, interesting. How many Ks on it?
112,000.
Oh, mate, what about this little speaker here? Because you could upgrade the speaker and keep that. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so, Boston acoustics or whatever.
Nice.
And then Pioneers in the back.
I love how but I reckon that wasn't a JDM thing, that sticker. That's like, because the Aussies, they're like, Aussies blow up the turbos, we'll have to put a sticker on for them,
Well, there is exactly the same, but it's obviously in Japanese.
There you go, alright.
But yeah, so that one is a guy in Melbourne that remanufactured them. I think it's the same for like Sigmas. Turbos and stuff, they have the same
sticker. That's mad. Let's go back to the start. Give us your first car.
So the first car was a Datsun 1600. It was a quick little car. The guy had it before me. I think he ran like a 14.9. It was 2 litre, twin Webbers, and I crashed it behind Blacktown Drive-ins. And it was bent all the front end of it up. And I bought another shell with a motor with a blown head gasket for $600, and I changed everything over and drove for a bit, and then
you scrapped the wreck one.
Yeah, I remember. I did have a photo of it on its side in our backyard where we used to live, because we had to move it so we could get other cars on this slab, so it was sitting on its side for ages. I remember getting someone's old man's four-wheel drive and dragging it up the front yard to get it taken to the tip.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the first, and that was the reason I got into 1600s. A friend of mine turned 18. He had some money come to him. He bought a yellow Datsun with an FJ in it, and he picked it up, and we went down the Cumberland Highway, and I was like, the only thing I liked, it was like an aeroplane. It was just so fast, and that's when I sort of triggered interest in cars. It wasn't until I was sort of 18.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I got the 1600, because we all sort of had them, you know.
Mm-hmm. And we all owned them because they were cheap, right?
Yeah.
Like it was sort of
Yeah, what we know now.
Give us a couple of the highlights along the way after the 1600. What did you get into?
So 1600, then 1600, then I had a little twin cam Corolla.
Oh, nice, yeah.
That was a fun little car. That was probably not too much slower than what the 1600 was. It was a good little car. I loved it. Had that. So I had the 1600 for 5 months, then rebuilt it. Then I had the Corolla, and I was going down Great Western Highway towards like the General Burke, and a lady did a right-hand turn in front of me and smashed it, and I wrote that off. I had that for 5 months as well. And then I had an Excel, because I'm like, stuff this, man. You have a car and you really like it, and then you crash it or someone destroys it, so we'll get an Excel. My girlfriend, which is now my wife, we got this Excel, and then all of a sudden my brother used to work at Freedom Fiberglass in Blacktown, so they got the car, so we went to a body kit for it. So then I got body kit, and I got 5 Zegan wheels, and that got stolen.
Tell me you got photos of that before it got stolen.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of photos of that. That got stolen from Miranda, and then it got dumped at Menai, and I got a phone call saying the car's been found. Went down there, saw it. It was all, the body kit had been broken, pulled off, the exhaust had been pulled off the wheels. And then I get an insurance company rings me a couple of days later and said the car's not there. Someone stole it again.
Really?
I think that tow truck drivers get scrapped for them. So someone picked it up and stole it. So then I think I got another twin cam Corolla. No, I didn't. I got a Peugeot S16. So rally inspired car.
Nice,
so mate, it was such a nice car to drive. Just a piece of junk.
Mate, I'm
I just broke everything.
Yeah, no, my missus had a brand new brand new 205.
Yeah.
And we drove it from brand new and just watched it just get worse and worse and worse and worse over the years, you know.
Such a nice car to drive, but I just kept breaking things on it. I did destroy the clutch racing a taxi once. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. But yeah. So a couple of clutches, and inlet manifold exploded once, and it was 9 weeks to get a replacement part. Yeah. And then,
but how good do they handle those little Peugeots?
Bloody good car.
Yeah.
And then I got into motorbikes for a while. Had a track bike, G6R750.
Oh, so nice.
Track days. Yeah, killed the motorbikes for a while. Loved it. They had a Mazda 3 MPS. Yeah. That I'd give that an absolute hiding, and that was. Every morning, start it, the wife would drive it. It was such an underrated car. I'm saying that, understated sleeper. No one knew what it was. So yeah, that was a good car. And then I've got this for 6 years.
Nice, beautiful. So the plan was always to rebuild the motor and sort of beef it up.
No, I don't know what it was. It changes along with my personality. I don't know. So as I get older, I was like, I wouldn't mind to. So I had a big stereo, big subs in it. And then it took me a while to find like the radio, the Australian factory radio. So I've spent a bit of time trying to get it back. So the paint correction has been endless, and every time it gets a mark on it, I try to get it done. And John in the clear is like, we can't. Like, we're going to go through the paint, you know. It's like we just. So he's done a good job. Yeah, like, it's better. It would be better than what it was out of the showroom, I would say, the paint now.
Yeah, I'd agree. So, it's very nice.
But I don't know, it just sort of evolves, and like that mate 1600 when he first got it, got to a point where it felt slow, where you think something's wrong with it, and it's like, it's just you get used to it, and then we'll do a bit more in it. But this engine will handle 900 horsepower. Like it's built, it's overbuilt, way overbuilt. So but
let's imagine that unlimited a budget again, and you've got yourself a nice big shed. Let's talk about what we're going to put in that shed.
I think I like those iconic sort of cars. Or said like one of the reasons I got this was that it was built for a purpose. It was built for World Rally. It was built for a reason. But also I like those iconic cars. Like I'd have a DeLorean, 88 miles per hour. I'd have maybe some of the Bond Aston Martins. Yeah. And then I would like to bring back find some Suzuki GTIs and twin cam Corollas that have just all gone missing, and just, you know, do that. Maybe start a fund for helping out young kids with car addictions. No one's got any help for the young who have a car addiction. But just, I know those old cars that I remember as a kid. Like, I would get my mate's yellow 1600 with an FJ in it. I would build that same car because it just has good memories.
Yeah, exactly.
Just things driving down the street, listening to certain music. When you hear music and remember those times driving down the street in the car.
Definitely.
Leyland P76, because that's what my father had.
Oh,
It was my grandfather's car, and my dad got it. So maybe something like that, restore one of them.
Yeah, I'd have to have an old 242 GT Volvo. My old man had a couple of Volvos, you know. Yeah.
You just get
every now and then you'd pull it out and give it a little drive, you know. Yeah.
But nothing flash. Supercars, maybe when I had the money in my hand, I'd be going, okay, then I'll get, I don't know, Countach or something like that. Or Teslas or something like that.
And so that's it for this episode of Grassroots Garage. And I've loved this bit of rally history. And Kane, thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.